Hi, this is Rainbow Harmony here to help you find balance and peace to live a more colorful life. And this is a pick a card reading called What Career Path Will Make You the Most Successful? So I have 7 options for you guys today. I highly suggest that you choose just one card because it could be a little confusing if you choose 2 because we're trying to kind of narrow it down for you. So if you can choose just one card, it'll help you to kind of narrow this down. Also, keep in mind this is a general reading. It may not resonate with everyone. There's a lot of people coming here to this reading. If for some reason you choose a card and it just doesn't fit well with you, maybe try another one. Try rolling a dice or a random number generator, or maybe just meditating on the number. Some people can hover their hands over the cards, pause the screen and maybe see if your hands tingle and you feel some energy over one of the options. Those are some ways that can help you to choose a better answer. And some people just like to listen to all of the options and pick the one that feels the best. So there's no right or wrong way to choose. Just trust yourself. Remember, whatever messages come out here, only take what resonates. And if this does happen to resonate with you, I would love to hear about it in the comments below. If you would like a talents and gifts reading or a reading about your career, I've left a link below where you can get a more personalized reading on this. So let's go ahead and choose your card. You can choose number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, number 6, and number 7. Thank you so much to whoever ends up doing the timestamps on this. I've told you guys before, when I do the timestamps, I always mess up the numbers and mix them up because of my dyslexia, and you guys end up correcting me on it anyways. So I just really appreciate those of you who take the time to do that. And yeah, let's go ahead and get started. For those of you guys who choose number 1, we are going to get started. I'm just going to make some space here real quick. Move the cards off to the side. Don't you guys love how colorful this spread is today? Okay, so what career path is likely to make you the most successful? So this energy is talking about a career that has something to do with the liberal arts and the literary arts. So anything that has to do with like logic or rhetoric. For some people, this might be geometry or math, maybe astronomy or astrology or writing. Some of you guys might do well on a more traditional path, like a lawyer or a teacher. Some of you guys might be on a more spiritual path. Like some of you here might have a really strong interest in spirituality, religion, or philosophy. I see 2 groups of you guys. Some of you guys are more good at, are actually like better at making maybe books, poetry, creative writing. A lot of writers here actually. Then there's some of you guys who are really good at coaching or leading workshops or teaching. Some of you guys might be both. There's a small group of you guys who might have a really strong interest in health and fitness, or maybe even holistic health. So you want to be like a coach or a trainer, or maybe come up with some type of online program for people to follow, doing workout plans and meal plans and stuff like that. So there's some of you guys here for that. But overall, what kind of this can be narrowed down to is teaching, leading, writing. So this is going to be the way that you can actually become the most successful. Anything that has to do with the liberal arts and the literary arts. A lot of teachers here. Some of you guys might be traditional teachers, like I mentioned. Some of you guys might be less traditional, like you lead workshops or you do like online coaching or mentoring or something like that. Or maybe some of you guys are in school to become licensed therapists or counselors. Maybe some of you guys are doing sports coaching. Some of you guys might do that and also come up with material like books. Some of you guys here might just be creative writers. Trust yourself with what is being listed here that's really jumping out at you. So this is saying you've already had a lot of signs and signals on your path that this is going to be best for you. You've had people compliment you on your abilities. Maybe some people have told you that you're a really good writer, or you're being chosen to be a leader in whatever job you're already in. That's a sign. Maybe you're good at teaching people. Maybe at your job you're in charge of hiring people or training people. Maybe you naturally like to volunteer for situations where you're coaching others. Maybe you were really good at school growing up. Not all of you guys, but some of you guys. And so I definitely see that there have been signs on your path that this is well suited for you. This is just telling you have to have the willingness to stick with it. And maybe you guys have to have the willingness to come up with the plan. For those of you guys out there that want to coach and want to mentor and also want to write, maybe it's good to come up with like a business plan or like a 5-year plan or something like that, or perhaps to start social media and get things going and maybe plan to come out with your book at a certain time. Maybe some of you guys are having a hard time sticking to being consistent with whatever this is. Writers, a page a day. Maybe some of you guys are needing to finish school or get higher education and commit to a path where that's more traditional. So this is just saying you have to have the willingness to stick with it, but you will definitely find success on this path. And we see miracles coming in here to help you. Like if you're worried about like, how am I going to get the money for my education, or how am I actually going to be able to get this book published, or how am I going to get clients? I definitely see like if you do the work and you put the momentum out there, like energy will come back to you in the form of clients, purchases, the money that you need, the support that you need. So this is telling you will find fulfillment in this path. You will find your success. I hope that this resonates with you. Thank you so much for coming to my channel, and I'll see you later. Peace out. So for those of you guys who choose number 2, what career path will help you to find the most success? Let's see what this has to say. Okay, so those of you guys who have chosen this one, you are a fun bunch of people because you guys are the performance artists. Anything that has to do with performance arts is going to be like where you find the most success. So performance arts means that you're expressing your emotions and your feelings, using your voice and your body. So this could include singing, music, perhaps performing to a live audience, or maybe performing through the camera, like through social media or on YouTube or something like that. You could be doing theater, you could be doing dance, and you could be teaching any of these things as well on the side or as part of your main career. For instance, maybe you are a dance teacher and that's like your bread and butter, but then you also get hired to like perform professionally as well. So I also see maybe audio and video is included here. Some of you guys might like to put together your own like music videos or things like that. For some of you guys, you might have a gift with sound healing. Maybe some of you guys do ASMR, or you do sound healing, or you make healing music and you can post that on YouTube, or you can come out with albums or whatever. Some of you guys are really good at speaking, so you could be like a professional speaker. Some of you guys are just really good at acting. The tarot is part of performance artwork, actually, because you're using your voice and your body, you're expressing emotions, you're performing to a live person or through a medium. So maybe some of you guys here are interested in tarot. Shout out to you guys. Maybe some of you guys are healers. That can be performance work, like people who guide others through meditation, or maybe people who are like teaching yoga or something like that, or maybe teaching dance. Some of you guys here, maybe there's 1 or 2 of you who could be a comedian and is trying to take that path. Some of you guys, maybe you're a magician. I didn't want to leave anything out. Maybe some of you guys design costumes. That's more part of textile art, but maybe like you really want to design specifically for performance art. And then there are the people who do makeup for performance artists. That's more visual art, but it could be part of this if you want to do makeup for TV or movies or theater, or working behind the scenes. There's some of you guys who might be good at like set design or stuff like that. And once again, more visual art, but maybe you got this because you want to work in this environment. Then there's some of you guys who might want to be models, musicians, and something that's going to be really important for you moving forward is basically promotion and PR and social media. There could be some of you guys who are here who want to be like a talent agent or who want to do PR work. So what I see here is this is telling you patience. Sometimes this path can take a while. I mean, I heard this story about Steve Carell, an American actor. He's pretty funny. Don't know if you guys know him from The Office, but basically he was a telemarketer, I think even up into his 30s, and he was just making phone calls and that was his job. He didn't just get discovered until I think his late 30s or early 40s. So sometimes it can take many auditions for you to be able to get your break. Mark Ruffalo, the actor, American actor, he went on over 600 auditions before he like got his break, and it even took him a while to really like do well until he got to the Avengers, working in the Avengers movies. That was when he really hit his wealth. He was still struggling even though he had done a bunch of other movies before that. Like, it can take time. Some people just bam when they're 16, 17, 18, like Noah Centineo or whatever his name is from to All the Boys I've Loved Before, that movie. He just bam, he's blown up and now he's in all these movies and he's probably just going to continue that path. Some like Leonardo DiCaprio, always in movies from his childhood all the way up to, like, there's people who just they do it when they're younger and they grow up in it, and then there's some people who break into it later. So everyone's path is different. Have patience, don't give up on it. Have a strong side hustle, have a strong day job going for you. Keep going to classes, find ways to interact. I think when it comes to performance artists, a lot of people want to give up. I speak with so many of you guys who are gifted with this and you've been doing it a couple years, or you were in theater in college and it's just like life gets in the way and like you want to get back into it, but you don't know if it's worth it. Like, if it makes you happy, just do it. You know, that's my advice for you, is to go for it. This is a great way to make friends, to make connections. This is saying like to trust in yourself, trust in your natural gifts and talents. A lot of you guys might be kind of shy or vulnerable, but you still have this dream or you still have this calling to this path. And this is just telling you to stick with it, trust yourself. And we also see healing here. I think, have you ever watched a movie that has really hit you and like opened you up and made you realize things about your life? Like, wouldn't that be amazing to be that person that like has that impact by playing a certain character? Have you ever heard a song that made you cry because it was just so beautiful? Like, this is a very sacred art. This is a very sacred path. You will be taken care of. I'm getting chills. Woo. I feel like if this is your gift, it's sacred. Stick with it. You'll be healing yourself through expressing your emotions and feelings and helping others to find healing. And so this is actually a very shamanic path. Even if you're doing like, you know, maybe you're rapping or you're doing like dance or whatever, and it doesn't feel like it's healing, it is. It's healing for you. It's healing for people who watch it. It's inspiring. Do anything you can to stay on this path. So social media is going to be important. Document, don't create, document everything that you're doing and like your classes you're taking, and just, you know, make a good portfolio, get a website up, connect with others, and you'll be on your way. So I hope that this resonates with you. Thank you so much for coming to my channel, and I'll see you later. Peace out. So for those of you guys who choose number 3, what career path will make you the most successful? Okay, so hello to my visual artists. You guys are the kind of people that are always moving your hands, always thinking of creative ideas. Like, you've got that creative juice flowing through you. You are definitely on a non-traditional path. You're definitely an artist. So there's a lot of different artists who are here watching this, okay? So I'm gonna read off some options here, and I want you to like really use your heart and your emotions and your feelings and your intuition to zero in on perhaps what you're feeling the most drawn to. But basically, visual arts can include, but is not limited to, ceramics, drawing, painting, sculpture, printmaking, design, crafts, photography, video, filmmaking, cinematography, architecture, industrial design, graphic design, fashion design, interior design, decorative art, inventing decorative and useful items, makeup artist, hairstylist, computer art, interactive art, comics, collage, crowdsourcing creative work, like creating a magazine or taking part in creating being part of the magazine industry, or online magazines, or creating websites, graffiti, mixed media, installation art, wood crafts, landscape art, set design. So there's so many options here. If I was to narrow it down to just one thing, I don't think that would work because there's so many different people here who have picked this, so trust yourself. But anything kind of in this area is going to be where you are going to have the most success. There will be opportunities, and look, we got the creativity card. It's telling you, yes, you are on a creative path. So this is about responsibility. Sometimes as a creative artist, when you're freelancing or you're getting educated or you're working on your craft or you're getting up that website where you can sell your crafts, or you're trying to get a portfolio together of like the pictures you've taken, or you're learning and just trying to get everything together, you still have to like get a roof over your head and food on your table. And some people, have a family that will support them, or have inheritance, or have the means to be able to just focus on this and not worry. But I think for a lot of people, the hard thing about being an artist or taking this path is just knowing what education do I need, and also how do I support myself. So what's great is to find a relevant job. Like if you're very artistic, maybe work at an art supply shop, where maybe you can host classes and you can get a discount on the art supplies. If you're doing filmmaking, maybe you can get work doing like lighting or gaffing on set. If you're doing interior design, maybe you can work in a place that sells curtains and decorative items, so you can get discount and you can be around that and you can help arrange the furniture and stuff like that. If you're a makeup artist, maybe you can get a job in a salon, or doing assisting work to another makeup artist, mentor underneath someone, or work at a makeup shop. If you're doing graffiti, maybe you can try to work somewhere that sells spray paint, where you can like Home Depot or something like that. There's basically just trying to get a job where you have access, or you have mentorship, or you can get discounts on supplies, like be kind of, or a job you can express yourself in. Be thoughtful about that, so at least there's some kind of perk. It could take a long time. This is saying you have to be responsible, and a lot of time with artists, we're kind of scattered and we're all over the place. Find something. Maybe you've got a couple different side hustles going. I know some people who are photographers and they're also makeup artists, and they also like paint, and like they kind of sell paintings. They're hired out for different things, and that's kind of how they make their living. Maybe there's a couple things on here you end up doing, but this is just reminding you that if you're frustrated on this path, or you don't believe you're going to make success here, like just pay attention to your responsibilities and keep going. Like opportunities will continue to come, and you create opportunities by staying invested in this side of yourself. Education, you can self-educate. I taught myself how to be a makeup artist by watching YouTube tutorials, and I also mentored with some makeup artist friends. Maybe you can do something like that for art. You don't necessarily have to go to school, but some people do like to go to school for this. So if what's holding you back is education, like, oh man, I really want to do ceramics, but I can't afford to go to college, or it's too late, or I just don't want to, or, you know, just like find someone who does it and like work with them, or watch videos online on how to do it. We're living in the information era. Architecture, that might be something you have to go to school for. Graphic design, you know, I know people who are successful graphic designers who haven't been to traditional school. I know people who have. I think there's a lot of options here for how you want to educate yourself. So you have options, just know that. You don't have to feel like you're being held back if for some reason you don't want to go to school or you don't want to take that risk. I know for some people, especially in America, there's a lot of student loans and you don't want to get in debt. Other parts of the world, it can be a lot easier, so maybe you can look into a program and get into it, but you're flexible with the education here. So this is telling you, set your goals. Like, you are a creative person, you are going to find a lot of success in this. Like, this is definitely a message if you've been thinking about this or taking a creative path, or you know there's a side of yourself that has a talent with something on this list. That is it for you. So I'm so excited for you artists out there. I hope that this resonates with you. Thank you so much for coming to my channel, and I'll see you later. Peace out. So for those of you guys who choose number 4, what career will make you the most successful? What career path? Okay, so this is kind of an umbrella category. There are a lot of options here. What ties all of you guys who've come to this reading and chosen this one together is that all of you have a gift with being some type of producer. So you're a really good leader. So for you, any job where you can be a leader or a boss or a CEO or a project manager, you will be the most successful. So some of you guys here are directors, or you like to work behind the scenes, but all of you guys are really good at dreaming, scheming, planning, and collaborating. So working within a group of people is going to be really good for you too. Overseeing creative teams will be great. Some of you guys here will do well with creative direction, or maybe being an art director. Web or software development is definitely on here. Some of you guys will do really well at developing communities. A lot of you guys who came here might work in the entertainment industry, or perhaps in publishing, or become some type of editor. But I definitely see that you guys are all good at directing or being managers and coming up with ideas. So you guys are like connoisseurs of ideas. Now I'm going to split you guys into 2 groups. Some of you guys are creative, but you're more logical. So you might do better with mechanics, or like engineering, or exact sciences like psychology or biology. So there's some of you guys out there that will do well like leading teams, or coming up with ideas, or collaborating in this way. Then some of you guys are just very, very, very creative, and a little bit more like on that intuitive side of the brain. So you do well working in public relations or social media, and in a more artistic job. So trust whatever is standing out on this list. I feel like this one can be a little vague. I think that in order to be able to become a producer or creative director, it's good to start with whatever's the most fun for you. I actually am a creative director working in the fashion industry, and how I got into that job was by trying on so many different hats. I tried modeling when I was younger. I learned how to do makeup artist work. You guys know I spend a lot of time doing fashion styling. I did casting. I helped set up different photo shoots and hired people and brought teams together. And over time, through different collaborations, different projects, I was able to eventually get hired to do creative direction work. And so it does take experience, you know, to become a leader. First, before you become a leader, you need to be a good team member. So I feel like for those of you guys, this is going to take courage to step up and be a leader, or courage to take a path. Like, this is intense. Like engineering, that's really intense. Like going into the sciences, or maybe even doing PR work. This is gonna take a lot of courage, but synchronicity will lead you to this path. So just be open If you're not anywhere near this path right now, continue to be open because synchronicity will take you here and you'll find a lot of freedom. You'll find a lot of freedom. Maybe that means some of you guys will be doing freelance work. Not all of you guys, but I also see just freedom on this path. So this will be the career path that will help you find the most success. I hope that this resonates with you. Thank you so much for coming to my channel, and I'll see you later. Peace out. Okay, so for those of you guys who choose number 5, what career path is going to help you find the most success? Okay, so this is interesting. This is the textile arts card. So maybe for some of you guys, this could include being like a clothing or footwear designer or fashion designer. Maybe designing linens or furniture or needlework or knitting or quilting or embroidery or designing rugs, making prints, tablecloths, curtains, tailoring, weaving, crocheting, dyeing, upcycling, vintage or thrift store clothing, designing decorative objects. So I think a lot of you guys here could find success through Etsy. I have a really good friend who does embroidery, and she is like doing, I think I've told you, a lot of you guys this story, because I just want to show you how sometimes choosing like a niche and something that seems small, like how could I ever become successful off that, can be huge. Like I have this friend who started doing a little bit of embroidery. She got really good at it. And like, that's how she pays for her life, like where she lives, her groceries, like everything. And she's got a lot of followers and like people buying her stuff all the time. She's always sewing, and she's just embroidering little flowers and like little things onto bras and underwear and pants and hats. And like, she's just got her own style, and it's super cute. So, you could think, oh, this is something small, but it could turn into something huge. I know people who are like wealthy from doing Depop. They just have a good eye, and they take vintage clothing or like thrift store clothing, and they model it or have their friend model it, and they resell it. So you can be a reseller of clothing. Maybe some of you guys will be fashion stylists. Shout out to you guys out there. Or working in the clothing industry. Maybe some of you guys have a purpose with wanting to help create sustainability in this industry. I definitely see some of you guys might be able to start just a little craft and put it up on Etsy. Like I purchased handmade cards for like the holidays and for friends' birthdays on Etsy, and like there's this one seller, and she's had like hundreds of thousands of sales. She just hangs out and makes cards all day, and you know, if someone saw you doing that, like just making a card, putting it up, they might think, oh, that's such a waste. How are you going to make money off that? How are you going to become successful? But you know, maybe you'll be the one laughing in their faces when you're going on these nice vacations and you're getting your dream home and you're providing for yourself and your family off of greeting cards. So some of you guys might just need to experiment and work with your hands. I really see this as like you have a gift with working with your hands, or maybe this is telling you how to get to the next step in your life. Like maybe you can, some of you guys might sell like sneakers on eBay and do really well with that. Or maybe you come up with your own online shop, or you come out with your own boutique or something. Some of you guys are actually making the clothing or the items yourself. So be open-minded. So this is saying be honest with yourself about maybe like where you're at. I think this is also saying like, honestly, maybe that little idea you had of that little craft you could make will actually help you to create abundance. So you're gonna have to be vulnerable, because maybe you're just making like stuffed geese or something and you're selling them and people are like, what the heck? But there's a ton of people out there that love geese and are obsessed with them, and your Etsy shop blows up, you know? So this is saying you might be vulnerable with this, but this is part of your purpose. This is part of your purpose. So I hope that this resonates with you. Thank you so much for your support, and I'll see you later. Peace out. So for those of you guys who choose number 6, here is the career path that will help you to become the most successful. So what we're seeing here is that you guys are probably going to have a career that has to do with technology. So using technology is going to be huge for you. So this could be somebody who's like a blogger, or somebody who is maybe an influencer, or maybe doing YouTube, or maybe you're selling things online, or you're selling products, or you're selling some kind of service. So this will be interactive and computer based. Some of you guys here are very, very smart and technical. You might design apps and really, work with user interface or user design or something like that. Some of you guys might just be good at like technology, collaging video and sound together. Some of you guys will be photographers, or you're retouchers, you're doing Photoshop and stuff like that, or maybe graphic design, computer graphics. Some of you guys might be into animation, or eventually 3D printing, digital art, internet art. Small group of you guys might be into robotics. Maybe some of you guys are working with video games. So if that doesn't sound like you and you're like, what the heck? Just hear me out for a second. Some of you guys here, not all of you, have the gift of service, and you're a teacher and you're a healer. So you could be offering ASMR or meditations through the internet, or through YouTube, or social media, or Twitch, or something like that. Excuse me. And so I feel like maybe something similar to what I'm doing here, offering healing messages to people through this new media. So this is actually one of my gifts. So some of you guys who feel like you're not good with technology, it could just be that you're using it to sell a product. And the great thing is if you're not good at something, you can always learn, you can always go online. It's the information era, and just Google it or type it into YouTube and just hit play and watch it, ask for help. And you can always hire people if you're not good at something. Maybe you have an idea and you want to come out with an app, but you can't create it yourself. You have an option. You can learn to create it, or you can hire someone to do it for you. So some of you guys might have some kind of dream to create something that's technology based, but there might be a team behind you. Remember, you don't always have to do it alone. So I do see some of you guys with this huge gift with technology, and then some of you guys who will just be using it in order to teach or heal or offer a service, or maybe even to offer a product. Like maybe you sell something that you create, or you resell things or something like that. So this is saying believe in your dreams. I love this message. It's going to be a process. It's always a process getting to the point to where you have this success, but continue to stay motivated, because this is definitely a message, if this resonates with you, that you have this ability to have success in this industry. So I hope that this resonates with you. Thank you so much for coming to my channel, and I'll see you later. Peace out. All right, for those of you guys who choose number 7, let's go ahead and see what career is going to help you to find the most success. What career path? Okay, so this might not resonate with everyone, okay? But I do see that some of you guys have the gift with culinary arts. So this has to do with preparing, cooking, and presenting food. Maybe you want to be a delicatessen, or a chef, or a baker, or a restaurant owner, or like a cupcake shop owner, or some kind of little shop where you can offer baked goods, or healthy foods, or smoothie shop, or whatever. Or have a nice restaurant. You could just be an owner who runs something like that, or you could be the one cooking yourself. Maybe it's been a dream. You've always wanted to own a restaurant. Maybe this is saying like, maybe you have other gifts and talents in your life, but that might be the way that you actually come to a lot of success. If you love getting your hands in the dough and you love to make food, like just know this is a gift of yours, and you got aligned with this message for a reason. Now, some of you guys might do better with educating other people on food science, nutrition, diets, and health. So let's say like you're vegan and you have a passion with that. Maybe you'll have like a vegan food blog, and you'll come out with a book and you'll talk about it on your channel. Let's say that you're paleo or something. Maybe you'll end up doing that whole thing. Maybe you really are into fitness and exercise and like meal planning and counting like your macros and carb cycling or whatever. Maybe you'll kind of get your success with helping other people on that path. So This is flexibility too. There might be some of you guys here who are just health and fitness people who might be good. We've seen this in a couple other readings, but maybe some of you guys here will just be good at personal trainers or like teaching yoga. Flexibility made me think about that. Or just healthy lifestyle, helping people to become encouraged to live a healthy lifestyle in some way. So this is the reassurance card that, like, if you're already on this path or you're interested in this, like, you're given reassurance, like, yes, this is part of your future. Continue to visualize it, but make sure you take action. And this is a really niche one. So if you're just like, that does not resonate, try picking another one if you ended up here by accident. And just remember, this is a general reading, may not resonate with everyone. So if this doesn't resonate, try picking another one. That's okay. So I hope these messages resonated with you guys. Below you can see how to get like your own talents and gifts, life purpose, career reading, where we go really in depth. We use some of these cards and like other ones too to kind of help you narrow down. I help answer specific questions, and it's really fun. And stay tuned, you guys. I've got more readings coming here to my channel. Free readings all week long. You can come to my channel just about any day and you'll see new uploads. I really appreciate everyone's support and encouragement. You guys are why I do this. Literally, you guys are why I do this. I love to connect with you all. I love the community that's here, and I love reading your kind comments every day. It just is my boost and it keeps me going. If you haven't subscribed, please do. I'm almost to 16K at the time of recording this video, so I'd really like to hit that soon. So help me out if you can, and I'll see you later. Peace out.